What's going on, guys? So I've been playing a lot of Wizard lately, trying to play with skills and gear for the Tal Rasha set for Wizard. I'm trying to find an optimal build, and I think I found something that's working quite well. I think it's going to be one of the top tier builds that we're going to see in Season 3. So if you missed my last video, the gear is pretty much the same. But we'll go ahead and run through it real quick, and then we'll go over the skills real quick. And then I have a clip of a Greater Rift 39 that I ran, my first try with this build, and we had plenty of time left over, so I'll show that at the end. But for the gear real quick, we'll just go over this. Utar's Roar. This is a craftable one-handed weapon, and it rolls cold steel damage, so it's great if you don't have anything else. I'm actually looking to replace this with a Serpent Sparker. I just haven't found one yet. Serpent Sparker is going to allow you to have 2 Hydras up at all times. But for now, this is craftable. We got it. It's decent. For the boots, we're running Nilfr's Boast. This is best in slot. You're going to need it. It helps with meteor damage, and it's also going to help with your Rift Guardian clear time. For the source, we're running Tal Rasha's set source. For the ring, we're running Royal Ring of the Grandeur with a Bane of the Trapped in it. For the bracers, we're running Reaper's Wraps with Cold Skill rolled on it. And again, it's going to help, with the arcane. And then here we have just a regular amulet, crit hit chance, crit hit damage with fire skill damage on it, and an esoteric alteration gem. For the belt, chest, helm, and gloves is all Tal Rasha, and then we're using Firebird's pants and shoulder for that 2-piece bonus. It's basically a second life every 300 seconds. Sometimes you don't need it, sometimes it's really nice to have. As soon as I find a better set of shoulders, I'm going to go ahead and swap these out and then, have some better things. But for now, this is working. It gives you second life. For the last ring, we're using Unity with a Pain Enhancer equipped on that, and then also a Unity on the Templar. The skills, real quick, we have Shock Pulse, Piercing Orb. This is lightning for our Tal Rasha. Then we have Meteor Comet. This is your main damage source, and it's cold. Then we have Hydra, Mammoth Hydra for fire, and then Teleport Calamity. This will be your arcane damage spell, so you have all 4. The reason why I say it's a damage spell is because it deals 175% weapon damage. It also stuns. So if you're using this correctly, you're going to teleport into a group of enemies. When you teleport in, it's going to do damage, it's going to stun them, and an arcane meteor is going to fall on them. Then we have Magic Weapon Deflection. It's going to help with damage and survivability. Pretty good skill. Then we have Ice Armor Crystallize. This is going to be your main source of survivability. It gives you up to 60% increased armor, and this is up almost all the time. For the passives, we have Blur, Arcane Dynamo, Elemental Exposure, and Unstable Anomaly. I'm probably going to change Unstable Anomaly once I get more familiar with this playstyle and or some more survivability on the gear. I'll probably go to Illusionist. So this is going to it's going to allow me to teleport more often, so you can move through rifts faster, and you can also spam your, quote unquote arcane spell, right? You can teleport in, stun, drop the meteor, take damage, and then teleport back out. So I did speed this rift up to 2 times up until the Rift Guardian. I wanted to show the actual time killing the Rift Guardian, but I also wanted to make a video at a decent time, right? So I sped up all this, but even with it sped up, you can still kind of see what the general strategy is, right? And it's pretty simple. What you really want to do is you want to try and get all 4 of your element types to proc, because when they proc with the Tal Rasha set, it's going to drop a meteor, and that's going to just boost your overall damage. So the main idea is to try and teleport in on top of mobs, and when you do that, it's going to cast your arcane meteor, and that's going to fall on them. And then as soon as you're in there, you want to cast your Hydra and start spamming meteors and your Shock Pulse. That's going to give you the most damage. You're going to get all 4 types off, and it's also going to give you a stun when you teleport in, right? So it's kind of like a ping pong type build. You jump in and then run back out. Obviously this mob type's not that great, but we still made it happen, and you can see at the end of this, like, we had plenty of time left. So we can do much higher, even with the mediocre at best gear that I have, right? Like, it's nothing optimized, nothing super great, and we're still able to do this pretty easily. I think we died once in this Greater Rift, if I remember correctly, but that's, you know, it's gonna happen. I was being a little greedy because, like I said, this was my um, first Greater Rift run with this build, and I happen to have a 39 key sitting in my inventory, so I was like, oh, let's try it, you know, and went in there, and I wasn't sure how fast I needed to push because I didn't know how long the Rift Guardian was going to take, right? So I was aiming for completing the Rift at half timer. That way I'd have like 7 minutes left to kill the Rift Guardian. We do end up finishing pretty close to that, but I did not need that much time. Like I said, the Rift Guardian is actual speed, and we'll show that here in a little bit, but it goes so fast. This build is so strong against it, even without optimized gear. You know, once we get that Serpent's Sparker for a weapon, it's gonna be even faster. It's gonna like almost double the efficiency of the character. So it's gonna be really cool. Really excited. I honestly, kind of hope that I don't find that weapon in non-season. I hope that I find it in seasonal. It's like a superstitious thing. Like, I don't know. I feel like if I find it now, I'll never see one again. So I'm kind of hoping that I don't find it. But it would also be nice to get it and test it before Friday, because the new season starts Friday. So it's always fun trying to learn these builds. But this one I'm really happy with. Like I said, first attempt at a Greater Rift, and we pushed a 39, no problem. You know, only died once, and it's mostly just being greedy, like poor play on my part. But, you know, even at that, I'm really excited. The build feels really good. It feels really strong. I think even with the gear that I have, I could probably push like a 45, you know, with a decent Rift. Once I get the weapon and stuff, I could definitely see 50s being viable, right? So here we go, we slowed it down to 1x speed, just so you can see the actual clear speed of it, right? I think that's pretty cool. Something to note, I guess, is when you're fighting the Rift Guardian, it's pretty much the same as clearing. You want to try and get all 4 elemental types, so a lot of times you're going to end up teleporting onto the boss. There's going to be bosses like Gom that are going to be really hard to do that, because as soon as you teleport in on him, you're going to be stuck in that toxic gas, whatever it's called, and it's going to be super annoying. So you may lose some damage on Gom, but I guess everybody kind of does, right? Except for maybe Demon Hunter. But that's the general idea. It's the same with Rift Guardian, and you can see the clear speed is just ridiculously fast. But this is the build, guys. I think it's going to be top tier. I think that we're going to see this on the leaderboards, and now you guys know, and you can start building for this in the new season if you're playing it. Hope this helps you guys out. Hope you enjoyed it, and I will catch you guys later.
Thanks for watching, guys. If you liked, please leave a like, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I'll catch you guys later. Peace.